Hi everyone, it's Rich. And in this video, we're going to talk about morality. So first of all, let's define morality. Morality has to do with the principles concerning the distinction between right and wrong, or good and bad behavior. Now, the definition itself does not outline what these principles are. As such, it does not guide us in making decisions. So, where do we get these principles from? We need to establish them somehow. This is a question that's been going on for thousands of years. It's probably one of the most disputed questions in all of philosophy. Now in this video, I'm not going to go through all of the different moral frameworks that have been proposed throughout the years. I'm simply going to present my perspective. Alright, so what constitutes moral behavior? What are the principles that we should align our behaviors to? Now, it presupposes a direction, okay? We need a reference point. And ultimately, this reference point can be defined arbitrarily. For example, if I say that if I say that collecting rocks is morally right, then everything that helps me collect rocks is moral. So if I go out right now and start collecting rocks, I am doing what's right. Now this is obviously it's very arbitrary. It's an arbitrary moral framework. In practice, we don't arbitrarily define our moral values this way. Our moral values are somehow intrinsic. So where do our moral values come from? Well, it all comes down to our emotions. You see, without emotions, everything is just chaos. Emotions are what brings order to this chaos. It gives us structure. It gives us a direction, a reference point. Because as conscious beings, we can distinguish between positive experiences of the world and negative experiences of the world. And it's because of this distinction between positive and negative that we can also distinguish between right and wrong. You see, positive experiences, they give us something worth striving for. It gives us a clear direction. It filters out the noise and gives us something to work for. It gives us principles that we can align our behaviors to. And it also gives us something to avoid, negative experiences. So in its most basic form, morality is about avoiding pain and pursuing pleasure. On a higher level, it may be about pursuing a certain career or raising a family, making money. Now, no matter what it is, our moral values are highly subjective, and they may vary from person to person. Because not everyone wants the same thing in life. Not everyone experiences the world in the same way. And this is why I would argue that morality is subjective. You see, you are the ultimate reference point for everything in this world. You are the beginning and end of the world. And your whole existence depends on your perception of the world. So now, even if you think that, the 10 Commandments are what constitutes moral behavior, then it is you that verifies that that makes sense. You make that judgment. And it is that underlying mechanism that is the subjective nature of the world. So whether you like it or not, you are bound by your subjective nature. Now, I don't want to go too much off topic. This is my perspective. And there's obviously a lot more to be said about this topic, but in this video I wanted to give you an introduction to how I view morality. Now, this is just my perspective. If it resonates with you, then feel free to incorporate these ideas into your own perspective. If it does not, then you're more than welcome to point out to me what you don't agree with. Which are the assumptions that you don't share with me? Either way, I encourage you to engage in this discussion so that we can develop a greater understanding of the world together. So until next time, always be thinking.